Welcome back to the Javelina 100 presented by Hoka. I'm Chris Warden.
And I'm Andy Jones-Wilkins.
And our next guest is no stranger to this event. Basically, always out here in one capacity or another. Sometimes as an athlete, sometimes as part of the commentary team and presenting this on Mountain Outpost. This year, once again, as a competitor, Corinne Shalvoy, running the 100K this year. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great to see you guys.
Corinne, now explain the costume.
I don't know. Skeleton, Muertes, Sugar Skull. I'm a big fan of Sugar Skulls. Got the tattoo. Our Run Club's logo
Coco.
is, I don't know. Yeah, Dead Coco something. But it'll change in 20 minutes. So stay tuned and you'll see yet another costume.
Actually, that's one of the things also about Corinne is that when she was on the commentary team, she had a ton of costumes that year. So
my favorite was Jamil, though.
I feel really sorry for Graham. I have to imagine that half of their house is devoted to a costume closet.
Oh yeah, there's multiple closets.
Well, I mean, there's more closet space filled with costumes than right.
I've taken over half my son Stowe's room. I've taken over the downstairs closet. I've taken over half the crawl space in the storage area. Yeah.
I mean, you've never been shy about it. You love Halloween.
Yeah,
you love Halloween.
I do.
You love trail and ultra running.
Yes.
This has got to be, your Christmas all mixed into one. Isn't it?
Well, it is, and honestly, I was thinking back on it, and I think I should, instead of being on the Air Viper racing team, I should be on the Black Canyon Javelina sponsored team, because those two races were my first 200Ks. I ran both of them in 2020 during COVID. They bookended the year, so they were two of the biggest things I did during COVID when nobody else could do anything, right? Black Canyon being my first 100K, and it was kind of a vision quest, and I had panic attack in the middle of it, and it was 14 and a half hours, and I was so, just feeling so accomplished when I finished that race. And then, October of that year, I came to Javelina and ran a 9:30 and was like, oh, I'm starting to figure out this distance. This is... but it was such a different Javelina. It was social distanced. We had start waves that were 5-10 minutes apart, no spectators, and then just to see how it's evolved over the years. So I feel like Javelina has been a race and an environment that's really helped me personally as an athlete to grow, and commentary wise too. It's one of the races I love commentating.
Watching you here last year, and I told you this last night as we were out at our happy hour, that watching you run this race last year was a joy, because it felt like it was kind of a puzzle that you've been trying to crack for some time, the 100-mile distance, and you stuck the landing so well last year, having a 15:24 in an unbelievably hot year. Can you talk about maybe what you were able to unlock within yourself that time, because it really did just seem like, holy crap, she's got it all together this time around.
That's very nice of you. Thank you, Chris. It was a great race. I feel like I kind of was unsure if I liked the 100-mile distance. I'd run Leadville in 2021, and I had an amazing 65 miles, and then things completely dumpster fire all the way beyond wheels falling off. Talking about 13 miles in 6 hours at the end of that, and finished in 27 hours. And I think about people like Abby Hall too, who has had multiple Leadville golden hour finishes, and it's well, I don't know. It's just I didn't know if I liked the distance or if I was good at it or if I could do it well. And Javelina is a very different race, but it just all came together on the day, and I was honestly amazed that my legs were working the way they were late into that, and it was an exciting kind of breakthrough type feeling, oh my God, I'm still able to run, things are working, nutrition's working, I'm cooling properly, and so I was thrilled with it, and I mean, it just, I don't know, it was a great day, and it helped me feel like maybe I'm capable at the distance.
Absolutely.
So then, obvious follow-up is now a year after.
Yeah.
You're going back to the 100K.
Yeah.
With the 100-mile experience under your belt. What kind of approach does that give you going into the 100K this year?
Yeah, totally. You're exactly right, AJW. And I think I ran a 8:40 to 8:45 split. 100K split last year in the 100 mile. I mean, I PR'd my 50K in last year's 100 mile. So I don't know. It was a magical day, but that gives you a gauge that like it's this crazy thing about like, well, how much can you take off if you condense it to 3 laps only?
Right.
Then how much can you take off? Like, and I think it's something that as it gets faster and faster, it's harder to really understand. Okay, well, 30 seconds to a minute per mile across 60 miles, maybe that's possible. But then like 8:13 is, I mean, Anna Loudon's course record is spectacular. Like, so it's a really exciting, and I'm really curious to see how I can condense that. But I know I can run, you know, I know I can run that and then run another 40 miles. So it's trying to condense the effort down to 3 laps.
And it's going to be 15 degrees cooler this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, you know, that's going to be something that we're going to be following. I mean, I have to think that it's at least really, at the very least in your peripheral vision.
What?
The course record.
The course record.
Okay, yeah, it is. I have splits written down for it.
That's as you should. Like, I think that, like, based on what you accomplished here last year, I think that's absolutely something you should be.
And I almost am approaching it a little like I'm not going to go out like, and you know, I'm not going to go out crazy like, I don't know, sustainable. But I also don't. It's a pretty low stakes race. I don't have a lot to lose. I've had a great season. I'm just gonna go have fun, and like sometimes you have to push the edge to figure out where it is. And so I'm excited to try to run fast and hopefully run a fast 3rd lap.
Nice.
All right, and we know your husband Graham is running too.
Yes.
So who's the support crew? Who do you have? Who do you have is going to be out there? I see that you have commandeered Deb Hamberlin's tent.
Yes, she is.
It is a first-class tent, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Kestrel Coaching, Deb Hamberlin.
Yes, shout out to Deb Hamberlin, Kestrel Coaching. She is, she gave us her, or let us, and she's helping too. She's crewing, Graham and I both.
Got it.
But we're using her tent space, and then my parents are out here, and my sister, and we have 3 friends from Castle Rock. 1 comes in tonight, 2 come in tomorrow morning, and out tomorrow night. They're just in and out, but they're here to like, one of them is a medical professional, and so he's here to kind of help from that angle. Graham needs to get 100 miles done. We'll talk about that more later in his interview. But also, like, and then my pacer who paced me lap 5 of last year, Jess Textoris or Burke, is here as well to pace me again, so she knows exactly what she's in for. And she's really fast, and so she's going to just come in, pace, and then head out.
Also, you know, you dropped some knowledge there, the fact that your parents are going to be pacing you.
Crewing.
They're not, or crewing you.
Yeah.
They're not exactly strangers to ultra running.
They're not, well, they're also not strangers to this race. They crewed me last year. They did a great job. They know exactly what it's like. They just crewed me at URA 50, which was a very different experience, but it's like 100 yards from our front door, from my childhood home, so they could just come out and bring me hot towels and, you know, different environment. But yeah, they're not, you're alluding to the
fact that your family
history.
is like tied into the history of a lot of Colorado mountain running, you know, so this is basically, you know, just kind of, you know, them keeping it in the loop probably, like.
Well, yeah, and it was fun. We were driving over here, and my sister, who unfortunately had a pretty massive stroke like 13 years ago, she's doing great, she's fine, but she has a lot of memory issues. But she was like, we were driving over here, and she said, I'm like so excited. This is so exciting. I'm like having so much fun. And I was like, that's the best part of this, is sharing it with people and like letting them in on this really cool world. There's my dad right there.
Hey, Dad.
So, yeah.
What was their first impression of Javelina?
What was their...
like when they got here, like what did they think?
Oh, well, they were here last year too.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's right. You said that.
Yeah, so they know what it's all about. But they were like, yeah, it's going to be cooler this year, and we know how to do the pit stop, and we're, you know, they're pros. So they'll just soak it all in, and I think they like that they don't have to move anywhere. This is the best.
It's the best race to crew ever.
Yeah.
All right, let's geek out a little bit. We know we're going to learn all about the costumes tomorrow. So aside from that, what are you going to rock on your feet? How are you doing hydration, nutrition? What's your plan for what will now be a shorter race than last year?
Yeah, so feet, funny story. I went back and forth. Last year I wore the ASU's Agrovic Speed Ultras, and they worked great for me, but I lost 8 toenails.
Oh, wow.
But I really didn't have pain during the race. It was just an interesting, I don't know, Graham has a theory, maybe the plate in them vibrates your toenails off of your feet. We'll see.
We might have to ask him about that later.
Yeah. Then I was like, well, maybe I'll just wear...
One of the more bizarre theories I've heard.
Maybe. So then I really love the Hoka Rocket X Trail, which I also will have as a backup, just cushiony, fast, but haven't run in them so much that I'm like guaranteed, so I'm going to wear the ASUs again. And here's the funny part is I ordered new ones. They did not come in time, so I'm wearing the same shoes that I wore last year. Oh. And hopefully they don't have too many miles on them. I think they'll be fine, but now they're spray painted silver, so.
Well, and if they've been sitting around for a year, probably the vibrations have worn off.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're good. Yeah. I considered the Zoom Fly, the Nike Zoom Flies, which is a super shoe. And I think it's a little more retted, so the trail, so I'm not super comfortable wearing a super shoe, but we saw in Riley Brady that's absolutely something that can be done.
Yeah, Coyote to Jackass is rougher than it was last year by a fair margin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I do think the Rocket X Trail though would be great out here.
Yeah, I think it's a good option for sure. And then nutrition, I'm a big fan of Scratch Super Fuel, which gives you 100 calories in each bottle. I'll have one bottle of that, one bottle of electrolyte, just Scratch hydration, and then I do a lot of SIS Beta Fuel gels and a couple of caffeinated gels, couple of goo gels that have the BCAAs and the amino acids. And then I just take the Camille Herron approach of get yourself wet at every single aid station, cool down at every single aid station, make sure your bottles are topped off before you leave anywhere, and then just drink a lot.
Vest, belt,
yeah,
handhelds.
I know, and I went back and forth.
Depending on the costume.
Well, yeah, there's not really much of a costume. I don't want to disappoint people for actually running tomorrow, but I went back and forth last year between handhelds and vests just to switch up like muscle, give yourself a break. But I need to try to be really fast this year, and I don't like belts, so I don't know where I'm going to put all my nutrition if I have one. So I'm doing vests every lap, but I'm switching vests just pre-done vest.
They're pre-filled. All your nutrition's in. Just get rid of one, get the other.
Yeah.
Nice. I guess we'll wrap things up by asking, what does the weekend look like for you to be happy with it? Is it a time issue? Is it a placement issue? Tomorrow afternoon or early tomorrow evening, whenever the day draws to a close for you, when you walk away from having 100, 20, 25, what makes you say, I'm happy with that?
So I definitely have performance and time goals, but if I also have, when I run with a positive attitude and in celebration of this entire sport and being, kind of thinking about myself as a representative of this sport, and that you need to be grateful and kind and just happy. That's when I run the best. So if I am all those things, even if stuff goes wrong and the day unravels, I think I'll be happy. I'd love to run sub 8:30. I'd love to run a course record. I'd love to podium or win the race. All those things are on my mind, but it starts and ends with kind of my attitude and approach to racing.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Corinne, thank you for joining us. Of course, you're going to be joining us here on the flip side for what might be the most intense interview that we've had to do in quite some time here at Mountain Outpost. So
we have a lot of fun ones coming up. We have some great people to talk to.
We have some fun ones, but we also have one in particular that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then I'm going to commentate Sunday morning, and we're going to cheer in the people that have been out there all night and making it happen. And yeah, so it's going to be a fun
Well, I hope
weekend.
to be walking by about 12:15, 12:20, so that's kind of my goal.
You need to stop in for a quick interview on your way. That would be epic.
I would be speaking in languages that
maybe
nobody could understand.
Maybe we can just run alongside you and interview you.
Well, we'll put a pin in that.
You guys are both racing, so good luck to you as well.
Thanks.
And it'll be awesome to maybe see you out there on the course.
Awesome.
Thank you, Corinne. This is awesome.
We'll be back.
Yep. Take care.